Do you believe in the unexplained? Allow us to transport you back to 1922 Bavaria, Germany. In the quiet rural landscape, nestled among the rolling hills and sprawling farmland, lay the Hinterkaifeck homestead. This was a place where 6 souls would meet a chilling and brutal end that still baffles investigators and enthusiasts alike. The Gruber family, a simple farming household, were the unfortunate victims of this horrifying event. The Grubers were not an unusual family by any means. Leading up to the tragedy, however, they reported a series of strange occurrences that cast an eerie shadow over their home. Footsteps in the snow, leading from the forest to their house but not back, sent shivers down their spines. Mysterious noises echoed in the attic, but investigations revealed nothing. It was as if a spectral presence had taken up residence in their home. Then, on one fateful night in March, the family and their maid were brutally murdered. The method was shockingly gruesome. Each victim met their end by the sharp blade of a mattock, a common farming tool. The killer, however, was nowhere to be found, and no clear motive was apparent. The family's fortune was untouched, and the property lay undisturbed except for the horrifying scene that had been left behind. What followed was an investigation that spanned decades but yielded no answers. The authorities were baffled. The clues were few and far between, and the case grew colder with each passing year. Theories were proposed, suspects were questioned, yet the identity of the killer remained elusive. Some proposed that it was the work of a wandering vagrant. Others suggested a twisted neighbor with a grudge. There were whispers of a supernatural explanation, a malevolent spirit, or a vengeful poltergeist. But none of these theories could be substantiated, and the mystery only deepened. Even with modern forensics and investigative techniques, the case of the Hinterkaifeck Murders remains unsolved. The story of the Gruber family and their untimely end has become a chilling tale of the unexplained, a testament to the horrifying mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world. The Hinterkaifeck Murders serve as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most horrifying tales are not those of ghosts or ghouls, but those that are grounded in reality. It's a disturbing testament to the depths of human cruelty and the enigma that can shroud such acts. Despite numerous investigations, the Hinterkaifeck Murders remain an unsolved mystery, leaving us with an unsettling sense of the unknown. From the quiet farmlands of Bavaria, we now journey to the Ural Mountains in Russia in the year 1959. A year that witnessed a peculiar and chilling event, one that continues to confound and mystify us to this day, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In the biting cold of winter, 9 experienced Russian hikers embarked on a trek through the remote, snow-clad northern Ural Mountains. It was supposed to be an adventure, but it ended in an enigma that remains unsolved to this day. The group's tent, discovered later by a search party, was found ripped open from the inside. Bizarre, isn't it? But that's just the beginning of the oddities surrounding this incident. The bodies of the hikers were found scattered around the campsite in various states of undress. This was in the dead of winter, mind you, where temperatures could plummet to -30 degrees Celsius. So why, one might ask, were these experienced hikers found without their winter gear? The plot thickens when we delve into the state of the bodies. Some of the hikers exhibited injuries that were inconsistent with a typical avalanche, the explanation that was initially put forward. 3 of them had fatal injuries, including major skull damage and chest fractures, while others showed signs of hypothermia. But there were no external wounds, no signs of struggle, and no indications of a nearby avalanche. And then there's the matter of radiation. Yes, you heard it right, radiation. Some of the hikers' clothing showed signs of radiation exposure. Where could that have possibly come from? In the middle of a desolate mountain range, the Russian government declared the cause of death to be a compelling natural force. But what force could rip open a tent from the inside, leave bodies scattered and undressed in the snow, inflict internal injuries without leaving external marks, and cause radiation exposure? Over the years, theories have been proposed and dismissed, ranging from secret military experiments to alien encounters and even the mythical Russian Yeti. But none have been able to conclusively explain the eerie circumstances surrounding the Dyatlov Pass incident. The case was reopened in 2019, but even then the official conclusion was an avalanche despite the contradicting evidence. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a mystery, a chilling reminder of the unknown that lies in the shadows of our understanding. The Dyatlov Pass Incident continues to baffle experts and thrill-seekers alike, with its inexplicable circumstances and eerie undertones. It's a grim reminder that sometimes the line between adventure and calamity can be as thin and unpredictable as a mountain pass in the dead of winter. Leaving the chilling cold of the Ural Mountains, we venture to the stars. The year is 1977. In the vast expanse of the universe, amidst an eternal silence, a radio signal breaks through. For a fleeting 72 seconds, this signal, forever etched in the annals of cosmic mysteries, manages to stir the tranquil waters of the cosmos. This is the WOW signal, a cryptic call from the constellation Sagittarius, a constellation that has held the gaze of astronomers and stargazers alike for centuries. Named after the exclamation of surprise penned by the astonished astronomer Jerry R. Amon, the WOW signal was unlike any other. A solitary, powerful burst of radio waves, it stood out against the backdrop of the usual cosmic static, as if it were trying to tell us something. What makes this signal so intriguing is its uniqueness. Despite its strength and clarity, it was picked up only once, and all attempts to detect it again have been in vain, leaving scientists scratching their heads in puzzlement. Theories abound. Was it a fluke, a cosmic hiccup, or was it perhaps a message, an interstellar hello from an advanced civilization far beyond our reach? Could we have stumbled upon a cosmic water cooler where alien civilizations gather to share their tales? Or maybe we intercepted an extraterrestrial sitcom and somewhere out there a cosmic comedian is wondering why their punchline fell flat. Efforts to detect the signal again have been relentless. Over the years, numerous telescopes have been trained on Sagittarius, listening, waiting. But the cosmos, it seems, is playing coy. The signal has not been heard again, and its origin remains a mystery. Our understanding of the universe is still in its infancy, and every new discovery brings with it a host of questions. The WOW signal, a cryptic whisper from the cosmos, is a stark reminder of this fact. It's a cosmic puzzle piece that we're still struggling to fit into our understanding of the universe. The WOW signal, an enigma from the cosmos, leaves us pondering the vastness of the universe and its untold mysteries. From the depths of space, we return to Earth, specifically to a hillside in Brazil in 1966. In the heartland of vibrant carnivals and samba, a chilling mystery unfolds that still baffles investigators to this day. A mystery that revolves around two electronic technicians, a pair of lead masks, and an unexplained demise. On August 20th, 1966, Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana, two electronic repairmen from Campos dos Goitacazes, were found lifeless on a hillside in Rio de Janeiro. But this wasn't your typical scene of foul play. No, this scene was shrouded in layers of enigma. The two men were found wearing formal suits, waterproof coats, and most peculiarly, lead masks. Yes, you heard that right. Lead masks akin to those used for protection against radiation. Beside the bodies lay an empty water bottle, two towels, and a small notebook. The notebook held cryptic instructions that read, 1630 be at the agreed place, 1830 swallow capsules, after effect protect metals, wait for mask signal. But what did this mean? A rendezvous? A suicide pact? An experiment gone wrong? Theories abound, but concrete answers remain elusive. Adding to the mystery, the technicians had left their town 3 days prior, telling their families they were off to buy supplies for work. Instead, they boarded a bus to Niterói and were last seen at a bar, buying a bottle of water. The unusual attire for the warm weather, the lead masks, their cryptic final note, it all paints an eerie picture that has perplexed investigators and armchair detectives alike for decades. Autopsies were inconclusive, revealing no obvious signs of trauma, no evidence of foul play. Toxicology reports were initially promising as they could potentially provide insight into the nature of the capsules the men were supposed to swallow. However, the tests were never carried out due to the organs being too badly decomposed. The cause of death? It remains unknown. The lead masks themselves add a layer of complexity to the case. Were they a misguided attempt at shielding from radiation, a prop in some sort of ritual, or perhaps, as some speculate, a means of communication with extraterrestrial life? Again, we're left with more questions than answers. Over the years, theories have swirled, ranging from UFO encounters to secret societies dabbling in dangerous experiments. Yet the truth of what happened on that hillside in 1966 remains veiled, as impenetrable as the lead masks themselves. The Laid Masks case, a puzzling and chilling mystery, leaves us questioning the boundaries of our understanding. As we delve into the unknown, one thing becomes clear. Our world is filled with mysteries that challenge our perceptions, push our imaginations, and remind us that not everything can be neatly explained. Our final journey takes us to Circleville, Ohio in the late 1970s. In the small, seemingly quiet town of Circleville, an undercurrent of fear began to ripple through the community. Residents started receiving anonymous letters, each one filled with threats and accusations. The letters were not just disturbing, but also deeply personal, containing intimate details about the recipients' lives. The writer seemed to know everything about them, from their daily routines to their deepest secrets. One resident, Mary Gillespie, found herself at the center of this sinister drama. A school bus driver by profession, Mary began receiving letters that were particularly malicious. They accused her of various misdeeds, each accusation more damning than the last. The unknown author seemed to harbor an intense dislike for Mary, but the reasons remained as shadowy as the writer's identity. The mystery surrounding the Circleville Letters took a turn for the worse when Mary's husband, Ron Gillespie, tragically died in a car crash. It seemed like a cruel twist of fate until Mary received another letter. This one chillingly laid the blame for Ron's death at her feet. The letter writer seemed to take a perverse pleasure in tormenting Mary, hinting that they knew more about Ron's death than anyone else. As the letters continued, the small town of Circleville found itself caught in a web of fear and suspicion. Friends turned against friends, neighbors eyed each other warily, and trust became a scarce commodity. Everyone was a potential suspect, but no one seemed guilty. The identity of the letter writer remained as elusive as ever. Authorities launched an investigation into the anonymous letters, but they hit dead ends at every turn. The postmarks on the envelopes offered no clues. Handwriting analysis yielded no results. Even when they turned to the residents of Circleville for help, they found nothing but fear and silence. It seemed as if the writer was always one step ahead, always watching, always waiting. The Circleville Letters case eventually went cold, but the mystery remained. Who was the anonymous writer? Why did they target the residents of Circleville, and Mary Gillespie in particular? And perhaps most disturbingly, did they truly have a hand in Ron Gillespie's untimely death? Over the years, many theories have been proposed. Some believe it was a disgruntled resident, while others speculate about a vengeful ex-lover or a disturbed outsider. Some even suggest a paranormal entity, a ghostly scribe penning letters from beyond the grave. But without concrete evidence, these theories remain just that, theories. Today, the Circleville Letters are a chilling reminder of a time when a small town was held hostage by an unknown entity. They serve as a testament to the fear and confusion that can be sown by a few carefully chosen words and a hidden identity. And they remind us that sometimes the most frightening monsters are the ones we can't see. The Circleville Letters, a series of disturbing and unsolved mysteries, still haunt the residents of Circleville and those who dare to delve into their history.